Firefighters are still battling massive wildfires in Northern California. Governor Baker is in talks to ban bump stocks after the Las Vegas massacre. And police are still looking for a local teen who has been missing for the last 2 weeks. I'm Stephanie Allison. All this and lots more on Our City News.
And now, the latest news, sports, and weather with Stephanie Allison and the entire Our City News team.
Massive wildfires continue to spread in Northern California wine country as residents continue to flee from the wind-driven inferno. 31 people have been killed by one of the deadliest series of fires to ever hit Northern California. These deadly fires have ravaged the wine country since Saturday, destroying structures and taking lives in its wake. Thousands of firefighters are risking their lives to put out the deadly blaze, with reinforcements coming from across the country to aid the state. The dry weather is not helping to control the blaze, with new fires popping up each day. Residents in some areas have returned to neighborhoods that have been completely devastated by the latest series of wildfires. Massachusetts is on the doorstep of banning bump stocks. These devices attach to the back of semi-automatic rifles, turning them into fully automatic weapons. Similar devices were found with some of the weapons that the Las Vegas shooter Stephen Paddock used on the devastating terror attack on October 1st. Lawmakers in Massachusetts are hoping to avoid an attack like this by having voted by overwhelming majority. Recently, the House voted 151-3 and Senate voting 33-0. Governor Baker has supported the ban, saying he would sign it if it reached his desk. In local news, Fitchburg police are still investigating the disappearance of Louis Guillen Jr., a local Fitchburg teen who was last seen September 17th. Glenn Fossa has the story.
In the news this morning, right here in Fitchburg, Mass., Our City News travels to the Fitchburg Police Department, where police have details on the 17-year-old Louis Guillen from Fitchburg missing. And over the weekend, Louis Guillen, a 17-year-old Hispanic male, missing from Fitchburg, 5'10", 160 pounds. Family's very concerned. With me, Captain Harry Hess from the Fitchburg Police Department. Captain, good to be with you this morning. Just tell us a little bit about what is going on, Mr. Guillen, so far in the police investigation.
Mr. Guillen was reported missing by his parents on September 29th. He was last seen, presumably, going out to get on his school bus for the day. And when his father came home later in the day, found a note left behind indicating that Mr. Guillen Jr. Had left home and would be back in a couple of weeks. He also indicated that he might have gone either to Canada or to New York with no definitive destination listed. Since that time, the police department and his parents have both followed up on information and leads. As of this time, we have not located or determined his whereabouts.
So police investigators, of course, looking very carefully at this situation. Right now, no reason to believe foul play.
At this time, no. It indicates that he left voluntarily. It's possible that he may have gone to meet up with a female that he had encountered online. We do know that he is very interested in the gaming field, online gaming. So it's possible that he could have met somebody through that venue.
Could be headed to Canada, could be in New York, really not sure. We caught up with the parents who gave us a little bit more information. Judith Mazzaferro, Louis's mom, with us this morning. Obviously very concerned mom. There are some leads, of course, with the note left behind, but still very concerned about where Louis is.
That's correct. Yes, we haven't heard anything about him. And we're still looking for him. We're missing him a lot. Yes.
He hasn't done it before. We did speak to Dad. This is very concerning for both of you, obviously. So this is an appeal for him to just at least contact you, come home, if he's able to see our message this morning.
Yes. Yes, please. You know, as a parent, you sometimes I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think. It's been very hard. He doesn't do these things. He's a very nice, friendly, he's a good kid. And we miss him a lot. We miss you a lot, Louis. We love you. And if you are seeing this, please come back home. Give us a call. Let us know that you are okay, which will give us some peace. So we can also sleep during the night. We love you, buddy. We love you very much, and we miss you a lot.
And Louis Guillen, Sr., the dad of our missing 17-year-old, here with me this morning. Obviously, very concerned, and you're looking at all angles. We know that you've done some travel to try to find Louis. Mm-hmm. Anything new that you can tell us?
No, basically, we already know nothing about him. He ran away, and he left a note, and that's all we know. Mm-hmm. He was a good kid and always even obedient. And we miss him a lot, and we want him back.
You want him back, and he has not left before, so this is concerning to both you and Mom.
Yes, and we very, very worry about him, what's going to happen, and we wish at least he can call us or do something, tell us that he's good, and will make a lot of difference.
So if anyone has information on this missing 17-year-old here from Fitchburg High School and from the city of Fitchburg, they can contact Fitchburg Police at 978-345-4355. Right now for our City News, Glenn Foster reporting.
If you have any information on this missing person, again, the number to call is 978-345-4355. After more than a decade of being based out of its current home on Erdman Way, the Registry of Motor Vehicles office will be moving to a new building at Southgate Business Park, 200 Research Drive in Leominster. In addition to the extra space, the new registry will offer expanded parking in 120 spaces and utilize 10 upgrade workstations with another 2 workstations that will handle registration services only. The last day of the old location on Ederman Way will be on Friday, October 13th, with the new location on Research Drive opening on Monday, October 16th. Even though Mass state legislation has passed laws legalizing marijuana, state universities are still holding themselves to the standard of federal law. Colleges have not changed their policies, causing some confusion between the students and the school. To help clear up this matter, our City News reporter Mayreed Dandino talked to the Fitchburg State University officials about how local laws affect students on campus.
Hello, my name is Mayreed Dandino with Our City News. We are at Fitchburg State University discussing the marijuana policies on campus with Robert Hines. How are you doing today, Robert?
I am doing well, Mayreed. How are you?
I'm good. And what are the current marijuana policies at Fitchburg State University?
Sure. The current marijuana policies are exactly what they've been for the past, I've been here 17 years now, and they have not changed. Students are not permitted to cultivate, to use, to have marijuana on our campus.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Has this changed since the legalization of marijuana?
It is not. It's sort of a tricky situation. Even though the Commonwealth has decriminalized marijuana and then later made, recreational use legal, we are still beholden to the federal government in this matter. Federal legislation remains clear that marijuana is a controlled substance. Since so much of our funding comes via our students who get federal financial aid, the federal government has been very clear that even if a state does decriminalize or legalize marijuana, that we on campus, to be eligible for federal financial aid, need to continue to follow federal guidelines on marijuana.
Mm-hmm. And what are the hazards of having marijuana in the dorms or on campus?
Well, there's a couple of hazards. I mean, we get concerned about the health hazards, certainly, and I tend to believe that students who are using a lot of marijuana are probably less effective in the classroom, so we get concerned about health and ability to be successful and things like that. But certainly smoking of anything in our residence halls is a concern. Anyone who follows higher education knows that there have been some rather serious fires that have occurred in residential facilities, and we have some rather large buildings here. We do not want students smoking anything in our residence halls just because of the risks associated with that. It also compromises what we're trying to do. If we were to have a residence hall where students were using marijuana, there are a fair number of students who would choose not to use marijuana, and then their experience is going to be negatively impacted by the students who do choose to use.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you very much for this interview. I feel like it's been very, very helpful. So this is Mayre Dandino with Our City News. Back to the newsroom.
The Rotary Club meetings have returned to the historic Fay Club on Main Street. Glenn Fossa stopped by and talked to the president on what events are coming up for this fall.
Returning to the historic Fay Club right here in downtown Fitchburg, with me, the president of Rotary Club of Fitchburg, Denise Ford Watman. Very good to see you, Denise. Real estate, of course, and Rotary Club member for many years, president now. This is a great time to talk about the successes of coming up, Breakfast for the Bands.
Yes, we have our signature event, which is Breakfast for the Bands, a joint venture with the Leominster Rotary Club. And this year it will be at the Leominster High School, the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And tickets are $8 for adults, and kids are free. And come join us. The bands, both high school bands, will be playing at the event. And we'll have some raffles. And, of course, we'll all be serving up breakfast.
And Kendra Usitalo from Enterprise Bank with us, too, Community Engagement Officer here at Rotary Club. Great to see you, Kendra. So much more going on with Rotary.
Thank you, Glenn. Yes, we are now back at the Fay Club. We're trying to get younger members into Rotary, keep the tradition alive, and we're working on increasing our membership and being involved in the community, of course.
And you've been involved in engaging social media, which is a new way of getting information out from traditional methods, but we're still involved with radio, television, and, of course, now social media.
That's right. We'd like to try to get new members involved more via social media, so they don't always have to go to the traditional meetings. They can kind of tune in, or just need to change it up, I guess, to get
virtual attendance.
Yes, virtual attendance.
Coming next.
Busy lives.
Busy lives. Fitchburg Rotary Club here in Fitchburg, right at the Fay Club. Join us, join the Fay Club, join the Rotary Club, join us right here. Our City News continues. Stay with us.
New stores are opening up on Main Street. Oakmont students work to help those in need to get service dogs. And Casino Night comes to Leominster. We'll be right back with more.
Our City News on FATV.
Our local heroes, and September 11th, of course, 2001, a date we'll all remember. With me, Lieutenant Richard Liberatore, Fitchburg Fire Department. We've got a piece of art now, which in its former life was a beam from the very hallowed halls of what was left behind following the terrorist attack in New York. Richie, good to see you today. Tell us a little bit about the process of progress here with the art piece.
Once we got the 9/11 steel back in the fire station, it was in storage for a while, probably 6-7 years. The chief, the mayor came and said we need to display it somewhere in the city. I came forward, volunteered to head a committee to find a proper spot, most respectful spot for that piece of 9/11 steel. I was surrounded by a lot of people who I knew could help me, and one by one, we organized a committee. We got together, chose our spot. We're in the process of cleaning the steel now, and hopefully within the next 3-4 weeks, we'll be able to mount that piece of steel here at Fire Headquarters, so everyone's going to get a chance to see it and see a piece of important history, something that we're never going to forget.
Very important, our local heroes celebrating and, of course, etching in stone the legacy of those fallen. Here at 33 North Street, Fitchburg Fire Department Headquarters, Our City News continues.
4 Oakmont students have taken on the challenge to raise money in effort to provide those in need of service dogs through a new fundraising campaign. Marie Dandeneau has the story.
For some people, therapy animals are an essential part of their everyday lives. Today, some students have trouble getting therapy animals because of their cost. So, I am here with Amanda Porter, who has come up with a solution for this with her foundation, her nonprofit organization called Paws for Psyc. Can you tell us more about Paws for Psyc, Amanda?
Yeah, so Paws for Psyc is an organization, it's a nonprofit, and it's run through the United Way Youth Venture, which is a nationwide kind of like a coordinator, and they basically kind of host groups all over the U.S., and I think there's also one in India too, but they kind of give us a platform to carry out our ideas. So our idea, Paws for Psych, is a nonprofit organization that is going to host events that bring the community together and also encourage people to cope with mental illness. And it's mostly our most important goal is to provide some funding and some help for people who need therapy dogs, because it can cost up to $5,500 on average. So people who need therapy dogs, I mean, they need the money to get that because it's a necessity.
Mm-hmm. And so what are some of the plans you have for the future with your organization?
Yeah, so we did just launch like last month, and right now we're working on kind of marketing and social media and really just getting our goal and our ideas out there, because it is really important and we want people to know about it before we start heading into actual projects and events. But we're looking forward to, we're collecting old clothing items that are gently used from the community. We have 2 boxes in the school, and I'm going to try and reach out to the middle school as well and try to get them up there too. But we're collecting gently used clothing items, and we're going to cut them up and braid them into dog toys, which we're going to sell at future events to raise money for the therapy dogs. And we're also going to be hosting some events probably later on in the spring when it's warmer out. We're thinking of maybe a 5K or like a run with your dog type of event. Mm-hmm. It's not solidified yet, but we are kind of in the early planning process. So.
Right, and Amanda, you're a junior at Oakmont Regional High School, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So what has maybe been an obstacle for you being so young trying to start this?
I want to say that it's been like really hard, but honestly, like we had a really great idea, and everything kind of fell together. So, I mean, I don't think that it really limits me in a way, especially because the United Way Youth Venture is really helping out with, they offer like seed funding. So we haven't presented our idea to officials yet, but they offer a really nice platform for people to kind of like show what we're here for. And I have the perfect group of girls, Morgan McMaster, Madison McMaster, they're sisters, and then Taylor Gilbert are all helping me in this. It's not just me. That would be a lot. But they've done so much for us, and it's been really smooth so far. I mean, we haven't really had any huge events yet because we're just starting. But, I mean, I think that the age thing, I don't think it limits us. I think we're doing pretty good right now.
Wonderful. It's a wonderful cause, and I'm really glad to see that you're doing that. It's great to see young people getting into the community and really starting things up. So if people want to donate to your cause, how can they reach you?
So you can email us at pawsforpsych@gmail.com. We also have an Instagram and a Twitter, which is also at pawsforpsych. It's just that. It's not the Gmail or anything. And right now we're kind of just giving out information on what we're hoping to do in the future. We are going to have a GoFundMe or some sort of donation account set up soon. So if you want more information on that, you can contact us at any of that social media.
Thank you very much, Amanda.
Thank you.
So thank you for watching. This has been Mayreed Dandino. Back to the newsroom.
Thank you.
Charity Casino Night comes to Leominster for a good cause. The Hillary A. Bartlett Newsom Foundation is kicking off its latest fundraising campaign at the Leominster Eagle Hall, starting at 6 p.m. this Saturday night. Foundation President Dan Bartlett tells us more.
Hello, I'm Dan Bartlett, President of the Hillary Bartlett Newsom Foundation. Join us on Saturday, October 14th from 6 to 11 p.m. at the Leominster Eagles Hall on Litchfield Street in Leominster for a fun night of gambling for charity as Las Vegas comes to Leominster. Come take a chance at blackjack, Texas Hold'em, and even double roulette table. Try your hand at some fun games, win great prizes, all while helping support a great cause. The Hillary Bartlett Newsom Foundation helps to financially support kids with autism, special needs, and life-threatening illnesses by offering hope, courage, and acceptance. Our work will be diligent and tireless, but rewarding in an effort to enhance their quality of life by providing long-term financial assistance. Our foundation also helps to support Camp Sunshine, a retreat in Casco, Maine that hosts children with life-threatening illnesses and their families. So join us on October 14th for casino games, food, and fun. Again at the Leominster Eagles, starting at 6 p.m. This event is 18 and over. You can find out more from our website at hillarieschucks.com. All proceeds will go to Camp Sunshine in memory of Hillary A. Bartlett Newsom. We thank you for your support.
If you have young kids and are looking for a great place to shop for clothes, toys, and more fine items, a brand new store has come to Main Street right here in Fitchburg. Glenn Fossa stopped by to talk to the owner and see what's going on.
The process of progress, of course, includes new business on Main Street here in the city, right in the 300 block of Main Street. Children's Closet. With me, Jillian Prescott. Jillian, great to see you today. A for-profit organization, consignment for focusing on children.
Yes.
And so tell us just a little bit about the wares and, of course, what's in stock and what's in store for Children's Closet.
We pretty much have anything that you would need to raise a child. It goes from newborn stuff all the way to like ages 14, 16 in both boys and girls. We have baby and children furniture, toys, costumes, jackets, coats, seasonal wear, bedding.
Yeah, so really an amalgam of choice for shoppers to come see what they might pick up. And, of course, it's right here and it's local right on Main Street.
Yes, we're right next to the Fitchburg Jade. You could also grab some lunch while you're here. It's delicious.
And that is what walkability in downtown Main Street, a calmer Main Street. A lot of folks are giving us feedback on that now, and we're moving ahead.
Yes, we really wanted to bring some positivity to Main Street and thinking that a family store would really be a positive change for Main Street.
Yeah. For our city news, Glenn Fossa, downtown in Fitchburg, Massachusetts, 01420.
It's great to see new businesses coming to Main Street as economic growth continues to grow right here in downtown Fitchburg. This week on FATV. Tuesday at 7 p.m., Barbara and you with guests from Beacon of Hope and the Dog Park. Wednesday at 7 p.m., Discussing Fitchburg Now will be addressing adult daycare options. Thursday at 4 p.m., it's Weekly Wellness. And Tuesday at 7 p.m., it's the City Council meeting. Thanks for watching Our City News. I'm Stephanie Allison. If you have any news you'd like us to share, email us at ourcitynewsfitchburg@gmail.com. This episode was brought to you by KCMC Management, our local Dunkin' Donuts. From all of us here at FATV, have a wonderful day.